brown bottle. It says Roanoke, Virginia. I can't read the rest of it. My buddy Jim are on another metal detecting adventure. And it's kind of windy today, and I was, trying to get bundled up back at the truck and forgetting half my stuff. And so Jim got a little bit of a head start, not much, but a couple minutes. He said I needed to come over because he has found something. Let's see what it is. Oh my gosh, that's freaking awesome. I think it's very thick too. So that's going to be like a 17 something. Be careful with it. It's going to be one of the early ones, man. 1793. That would be awesome. Yeah. If I take, I'd let it dry just a little bit, because if that's a 93, that could be worth $1,000 or more.
Yeah, right.
So
I don't have that kind of leather.
You might, because that's one of the thick ones. See how thick it is? That's going to be an early one.
Might be a token too.
Right. Rice Krispies. I think that's going to be a good one. I think
was my first gig.
Oh, okay.
Cartridge.
Okay, I haven't even dug one of those yet. That looks fresh, doesn't it? That's an awesome coin, dude. Congratulations. Most awesome. Well, here's my first target of the day. Very similar to Jim's first target of the day. So hopefully the second target will be a nice big old large cent. We'll have to see. Well, here's my second target of the day. And it's just another rifle casing. A deer hunter would have lost this. There's actually quite a few of them right in this little area, so I think we're going to move on out and kind of work our way back down toward where Jim is, that general direction. Yeah, let's do that. There's a fired bullet. You can tell it's a modern one, though. When I say modern, I mean it's post muzzle loader, post Civil War. You can see little hash marks on it. So yeah, that's pretty sad right there. All right, we'll keep trying. Rolling rock. That's not too good either. Actually dug a bunch of rifle casings and some rimfire ones too. And this is my first bottle cap. Hopefully be the last. I took a nice big old pie plate. You can tell because you can see the crimp right around there. It's weird how many of these you find out in the field. I guess maybe, oh, you know what? They could have had a garden here, I guess. They would put these up in gardens to kind of scare critters away, hanging by strings, and they'd like float around in the wind. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it's definitely some type of like pie plate thingy. Okay, one shotgun shell base that I just dug. I won't do too many of these though. See, it's really pretty much rotted away, but that's definitely what it is. So if you look over there, you can see my truck. That's where we started, and Jim found his coin. About where he's standing now. I worked my way all the way down through the field, down to that end, and now I'm kind of cutting across this way. And I just dug my first keeper of a relic. This actually is a button. This is a tomback button. It's a shank on the back. It's kind of mushed down. That would date, back into the late 1700s probably. Definitely want to look around here a little bit closer. Slow down a little bit. I found a lot of like rifle casings, and unfortunately a bunch of pie plates, aluminum pie plates scattered all over the field. So something was going on with those for sure. I'll talk to the owner, see if he knows. Maybe he had stuff planted down here, if you know what I mean, years ago. Dug a little button, was right over in there, and I dug a pull tab there. A lot of really lights, well, low reading signals, like there could be more pull tabs. I actually didn't dig them because I just didn't dig them. Well, I've got a decent signal here. Hopefully it'll be, see, it's a nice high reading. Oh, there it is right there, unfortunately. It's probably part of a can, see it? Yeah. So between here and where I dug out that pull tab, there's lots of little signals in here. See a bunch over there. And I'm thinking it's probably just can that's been all chopped up. So I'm not even gonna dig those. That's in the 50s. I pretty much won't dig anything unless it's in the 60s. If it's small like that, because I know that's gonna, well, let's just dig it. I'll show you what it's gonna be. It's gonna be aluminum. Grab my shovel. And there you go. So, I can almost assure you that's gonna, yeah, I can see it right there, look. So that's more that, that's aluminum. I don't know if that's gonna be the pipe plate or not, but it's about the same. No, that's actually a can. That's like a Coors can that's been shredded, really light aluminum can. So I'm not gonna dig these signals anymore. Jim's over there somewhere. He hasn't really moved too much, so maybe he's finding some stuff, I hope. We're gonna work down to the end of this field, and then we'll kind of go over and check in on him, see how he's doing. Down in there is where I found that button. I've already moved out of that area because of all the aluminum and stuff, and I didn't like hear any higher sounding signals. Just dug a piece of copper wire. Sounds really good, but that's all it is. It's really hard to date this stuff, but I mean, it could go back to 1800s, but just as likely 1930s or even 1960s. So I finally see Jim over there, so he's all right. Notice some fur right here. That's actually the fur of a skunk, so we're not going to get too close to it. It's a little stream over here I thought we might go take a quick peek at. Great big old, looks like a walnut tree on the other side. Let me set my machine down. There we go. This landowner actually owns part of that field over there. Probably where that tree is, but I'm not 100%. I don't think we can get across the stream anyway. Ooh, got a little bit muddy, isn't it? Kind of looks like an interesting area. Well, that's all about. Might be able to cross a tree right here. And you know, if I had to, I could get across there probably without falling off, but I'm not going to risk it. Ooh, look at this. Looks like little Christmas tree balls, doesn't it? These are actually the seeds of a sycamore tree. That's how they spread like that. And the sycamore trees are those, the ones there that have the kind of white bark on the top. They get really big and they like water. So usually when you see those, they're along a stream, a spring, or maybe a wet weather spring. It's a wet area in the field. So those are always good places to look for homes. Got something going across there, but I'm not going across. All right, that's too shaky for me. Sorry about that. Hey, what's that? How much? What the heck? Sounds like a Sam squinch. I think the wind is making a tree rub against another one. He's going, roar, roar. Yeah, let's look at this. This looks like a little old dump or something over here. Ooh. Is that human? No, not human. Unless it has cloven hooves. Let's see. See some blue. I don't think it's glass though. But there's stuff here. We might get a shovel and just poke around here for a minute if this is old enough for us. All right, what do we got? All right, we got some ceramics here. Part of an old jug or something. Some blue glass. It's pretty old looking. Thought it was a mason jar, but it may or may not be. Looking in the water. See lots of ceramics out here. There's a brick. I don't see any whole bottles or tops that we could kind of date the dump, but, and you know what I mean. I don't mean like date the dump, but although I have dated a few. You know, and try to figure out how old it is. Here's some more stuff down here. So yeah, looks like a piece of a plow or something. It's an old shovel. Somebody else dug it out. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go grab my shovel. Man, that would have been a beauty. Look at that. And we'll just poke around here for a minute. I'll scratch around up in this area where that iron is. See if we can find any good bottles. Just give me a minute. So weird to see a little dump right here on the stream bank. The only house around is one you can see through the trees. So they brought their trash from the house all the way down here just to throw it in the stream. People are weird, aren't they? Oh well. I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, so got the shovel. I'm gonna set you up maybe on this log right here, and we'll dig that out just a little bit together. See if it's worth working on more today or coming back to some other day. Hopefully you can see that good enough, and let's just scratch around just a little bit. Oh, that would have been a beauty. That's the troll train off in the distance. This would have been a little ceramic jar, not a jar, but bottle, like a ginger beer bottle, I guess is what most people call them. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Of course, as soon as I turned it off, I started finding glass. That's a piece of broken bottle. That's going to be a nice, fairly old one right there. And I see some more down here. That could be a whole one. I don't know. What do you think? Ooh, that's definitely part of a wood stove. This little thing right here is how you picked it up. You had like a little metal handle, very plain, that you stick in there and you could lift it up. And these round pieces would have been like round discs with the same thing on it, so you could pick them up and put wooden stuff in the stove or coal or whatever that way, or just take them off for heating. But I think we got a bottle right here that could be whole. Well, I'm not 100%. I should get my gloves on, so I do have them in my bag. All right, so this is a medicine bottle. Unfortunately, the top is broken right there, so I'm not going to keep that. And it's also clear, not embossed. We'll put it on this yeah, throw it up there for now. And there's a top to one here. Now, if I found something like that, I'd definitely keep it, if it was whole. I'm not going to keep just a piece of one, but I'm going to go ahead and throw my gloves on real quick before I forget, and we'll dig a little bit more here. What do you say? Yeah, I better put them on. I don't want you guys to yell at me anymore. I'll show you a couple of things that I've dug so far. This is the top to an inkwell. Obviously broken. Here's a piece of ironware. You guys could probably date that probably with that symbol, but I don't know how old it is. And I'll throw all my junk up there. But I wanted to show you this. That might be a whole bottle. What do you think? Should we pull it out? Come on, BB. Come on. Oh, it's a whole one. Very sweet. Not embossed, meaning it doesn't have any writing on it, but it's a pretty blue color. Got some bubbles. I would say it had a liquid in it that was blue as well. You can see it's kind of dried up in there. But yeah, that's definitely a keeper right there. I'll keep that. I'm not too proud. Awesome. All right. Take a few more minutes. Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be worth coming back to. Definitely. Yeah, there's some broken ones. That would have been, that's definitely blue too. I guess this is probably like late 1800s, I guess, just from what I'm seeing so far. All right, I'm gonna put you away again. I'm gonna dig it out just a little bit more, and I'll get you out if you see something really good. All right, let's take a look at what I've been finding. I didn't dig too awful much. I just dug back in there a little bit. You can see still some broken glass and pieces of metal, but this is the kind of stuff I got out of the hole so far. This would have been a beauty right here. Nice brown bottle, it says Roanoke, Virginia. I can't read the rest of it. A lot of this crockery in here. Naturally, it's all broken. Get some bones, could be human. I kind of doubt it though. Actually, they're not. More glass. That's the only iron artifact right there that's of any interest to me, and that's that would go on into like a chain. A chain hanging down here, and these ends you'd turn it and you slide it through the chain, and you could, it would hold fast. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that just for the heck of it. You've probably seen most of this. Like I said, lots of bones. Oh no, there was actually, there it is. I want to show you this cool tooth. Not actually sure what that goes to, what kind of animal. It almost kind of reminds me of something a goat might have. That much of it would have been exposed probably, but I'm going to keep that. It's just kind of cool, big old goat tooth. I think you've seen the rest of this stuff. So this is coal, finding a lot of coal in here too. That's what they would use to heat the house. And this was a little, probably like a little barrel. You can see it's got that taper on it. And it's 3-ring, so it would have been a small wooden barrel. So yeah, what I'm going to do before I go is I'm going to go, well, I'll take you with me. But we're just going to go around the edge here and just see how far the dump goes. I suspect it goes around a good ways. And if so, you know, maybe it'd be worth coming back. I mean, this is the only bottle I've found so far that's complete. What do you think? I think we should come back. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. Just came over here to see if there's any glass or anything in this area. Not really seeing any. I actually recognize that. That's something you poke your finger with to draw blood. See that little tiny needle on the end? That's kind of a weird thing to find out here. You know, diabetics and stuff would use these. I'll throw that down in that hole right there. How you making out, Jim Bug?
Not so much.
Me neither. Anything good there?
No, it's just 5 bullets.
Yeah. No other buttons or anything?
Huh?
No other buttons?
No.
Hey, I think you're digging in the cemetery, man. Look at this. It's a big mound of dirt and it's a bones sticking out of it. That is it human? That's a pelvis to probably a cow. I think they may have covered it up at one time.
Hip, isn't it?
Huh?
That's an old fat lady's hip, isn't it?
That it is. That it is. Poor thing. Old Bessie. Down here you see some more bones here. Here's a rib cage here. Oh, check that out. That's a rib cage with a backbone. Yeah, that's what it is. Weezer. Yeah, you definitely got a little bit going on there. Can I poke at it just a little bit?
Yeah.
You just use your fingernail like that. It gets the dirt off without taking the patina. I mean, you can always use a toothbrush later in water, you know, but
Yeah.
I always like to do this first because this is the least amount of problems. Get the dirt off like that. Boy, I tell you, I really thought that it would be a lot better shape than that, huh?
Yeah, it is too.
As thick as it is.
Oh,
I can't even tell what it is, really. I mean, it definitely has a little bit of... What you'll have to do is, when you clean the edge, see if it says 100 for $1 on the edge. A little bit of design right there. So pretty nice. An old piece of copper here. I don't think it's anything too wonderful, but there's a nice signal. That means there could be some other good stuff in here. Well, not other good, but good. I can't pretend this is good. All right, let's keep going. Another little piece of brassy thing here. I'm going to assume this is probably part of a lock, or, you know, a door. Kind you would walk through maybe. That might be part of the locking mechanism. Not 100% on that, but I suspect it is. I'm not actually too far away from an antebellum house right now. I were on the same farm, but went to a different field because we weren't finding much where we were. This area down through here, we detected this before and found some flat buttons and other things. So we thought we'd just give it a quick shot today with these big loops. I just dug this piece of copper. That's my first find. Comes down to a point. It almost reminds me of like a picture frame, part of a picture frame. But I don't know if that's what it is. But we're going to keep looking around here for a few minutes. If you look down through there, that's a barn. That was a dairy barn when I was a kid. I knew the people who used to farm this, and but that's not the main barn for this farm. It actually burned down, you know, probably in the 50s or so. Anyway, I'm just going along, and I got a good signal. That would just lay in there. So I mean, that's not going to be anything particularly old. That's a nice big old piece of copper. So there could easily be large scent signals in here that we did not dig. Man, I have to get my jacket on. That wind is really picking up. When I was down in the bottom there, it was not very windy because I guess it's the hills were protecting me. But up here, it's getting chilly. Like my arms are turning purple. A little coppery thing here I just popped out. I don't know if it's going to be a button. Yeah, that's going to be, I think, a ball button, what we call a ball button, which could easily date to the Civil War, American Civil War, 1860s. That's definitely what that is, 100% button. Not quite a ball, but it's almost a ball. I don't know if you can classify that as a ball button or not, but it's definitely potentially Civil War era. On earlier, I said I was near an antebellum home. And what antebellum means, you'll hear that term. It means before the war, antebellum. I think it's Latin. And typically in this part of the country, in the United States, Shenandoah Valley, that means before the Civil War. So an antebellum home would be a home that was there before the war started. Yeah, okay. The more you know, right? Nice high squeaker here. I think it's going to be brass, but I don't think it's going to be like a coin. Might be a baby hinge or something. Oh, no, that's a key. I don't know. It's almost like a little skeleton. Oh, you can't even see it. Almost like a little skeleton key or something. Not exactly sure what that's going to be. Huh. Nice heavy piece of brass and fairly old though, so we'll look around here just a little bit longer.
Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere in between. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby, and I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep,